What is going on, true believers? I hope you're having a great morning. Bitcoin is set for a massive run, and there's a lot of things going on in the background that we're not really privy to, that we're watching unfold. And it is only a matter of time before all of the pieces, because Bitcoin has been what analysts are now calling stubbornly bullish. Stubbornly bullish basically means that it won't go down. And if you remember, there's so many different people out here that I've been telling you, unfollow the shit out of those people because they don't know what they're talking about. That have been telling you, well, we're going to 50,000 and we're going to 48,000 and we're going to 52,000. Not even close. Not even close. Yet here they are, and you might still be following them. If you are, shame on you. If you're not, good game. Now you might notice that I've taken a whole bunch of this stuff down. I apologize. I don't know if you like the background that I had or not. The more I looked at it, the worse I felt about it. It was fun while it lasted, but we're gonna do something different with it. So I'm gonna get back to black, if you will, and then we're gonna start building out from there. Number one, too many lights. There's just too much in. By the time I got done, if you will, with everything, I just didn't like the end result. So, oh well. That's it for me. There goes $12 on stickers. You know what I mean? So let's talk about this market. Let's get into what's going to happen here. We even got a legal expert talking about U.S. Regulation in the cryptocurrency market. If you like this type of content, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe button, the bell to be notified of future content, and buy a goddamn shirt. You know what I mean? I've sold like 4 shirts already. So I appreciate each and every one of you who've bought a shirt. Certainly helps me out tremendously. So remember, it's not financial advice. We're going to get into it. I'm always right.
I can read a chart like a Superman, and I've got a show that has a lot of fans. I'm streaming every day and almost every night. I bought some Bitcoin cause I see the light. You might wonder who I am, but don't forget that I'm the man. They call me Bleeves. I'll do any chart you want me to. They call me Bleeves. I'll break the crypto wallet down for you, for you, for you. I built a crypto channel streaming live at night, and I'm the only YouTube streamer who's always right. Every morning I go and say to all you guys, don't fall for all these motherfuckers and their lies. You might wonder who I am, but don't forget that I'm the man. They call me Bleeves. I'll do any chart you want me to. They call me Bleeves. I'll break the crypto wallet down for you, for you, for you. I don't know what to do because my memberships are missing you.
Hey guys, before we get started, I did a thing. What thing is that? I made some t-shirts. If you want a shirt, you can get a Bleeves shirt right now. This is a simple Bleeves Descendants Milo design. Every couple weeks, I'm going to come out with new shirts just to give you guys a little something to check out. You can go check it out in the Spreadshirt shop down below. Now let's get back to the show. All right, if you like Bleeves 182, the new band here, that was AI generated. So you're welcome. Now, if you good morning, then good morning to you. If you don't good morning to you anyway, because I don't care. It's my goddamn show. I get to do whatever I want to do. So we're going to say good morning to everybody. I hope that you're having a good day. Crypto Sparky, good morning. Masonic Mike, good morning. Jay Locke, good morning. Brian Bootyhead, good morning. Hammerside, good morning. Corvette, good morning. Real Life Miracle with the Neko Army. Neko kind of trending sideways right now, not dumping, having a nice little consolidation in range, if you will. Hopefully that will continue. George Lopez Garcia, good morning. Abimbola Janet, Masonic Mike with the $5 bomb. Could you do an updated review on Solana's Success Kid? It is approaching 13 cents a coin. I bought in at 0.038. I own 100,000. Take your money. That's the easiest thing that I can tell you. Whatever you put in, if you put in 100,000 tokens, that's $380, I would assume, that you put in. Take out $760 and then let the rest ride. You've doubled the amount of money that you put in. You now have 2 more, 3 more plays that you could make on some early coins or tokens. And then if this thing pops a few more and it continues to move on, then, then it's going to be a good win for you. However, let's check the chart out real quick before we continue. And you can see like it's just in this mode right now of continuing on. Now, the question would be, how far is it going to go? And the simple answer is take market cap, which is 11.65 million, liquidity 426,000, and consider, does it have an opportunity to make a continuance of this trend? And at one point, this thing went up to 30 cents. So could it go back to 30 cents again? Well, it looks like it's building up for that. The biggest problem that you would have seems to be that it's already broken through. And that's right here where you had this previous little mini top. Well, you've already broken out of that. And if we zoom back into this area, we've already started to use that as support. It's probably down here just a little bit, right about there. We've already used it as support. So it means that it's probably breaking out. So if you're in Success Kid right now, there is a possibility of the continuation towards that upside to get you a little bit more momentum. But remember, there's going to be another resistance right here at about 17 cents. If you take a win, if you don't want to take out double your original investment, because you've already gone up 4x. If you don't want to take out double your original investment, take out your original investment. Leave the rest in as your moon bag and go find another play to make, because you've already got a win. So take a win. And for anybody else who's looking for something like that, let me just say, don't give up a win simply because you're greedy and you want that gigantic explosive blow off top or something like that. Now, in the event that you don't have a problem with that risk and you want to just let it ride for a little while, fine. Except this is not going to end very well for you. You're going to get wrecked way more than you're going to win. Nobody ever went poor taking profit. Let me repeat that. Nobody ever went poor taking profit. So pay yourself for what you did. If you got to win, enjoy your win. Don't put yourself in a position where you're not able to enjoy what you won. If you get this just magical run, if something goes absolutely bonkers and absolutely crazy, don't just sit there and hold on. I was in a chat last night with some people who were talking about Saitama back in the old days and how it went to a $7.7 billion market cap, and none of them sold. None of them took profit. None of them did anything. And it ended up coming way back down, and they were just sure that it was going to be their ticket to financial independence. So what did they do? They continue to hold, it continued to go down, and they're like, well, it's going to pump again, bro. And it never pumped again. And now it has a $20 million market cap. It has a brand new token, all of that kind of shit, right? Because you got greedy. Don't be greedy. Have a plan, execute your plan, get your money out originally, get your money out, and then just let the rest of it ride. Decide how much it is that you want to let ride. And I mean, for fuck's sake, if it's $380 that you put in there, take 380 out, another 380 out, let the rest ride, and go buy yourself a steak dinner. You know what I mean? A good steak dinner, not a bullshit one. You know what I mean? So, but it looks like there's a continuation coming, that we're probably going to get a move up here to 16, a move into 17. Duh. And then there'll probably be some momentum pushing this thing up to a blow off top. Now, that would only be about a $25 million market cap. And that seems kind of reasonable for a meme coin. Especially if the market is going to do what I think it's getting ready to do. So make sure that you manage your risk accordingly. VK, good morning. Pika Flores, good morning. Buy just an egg right now. Timsky's in the house. What's going on? We got 100 Proof in the house. Kathleen Blaze is here. Casey Rollins, good morning. Andres Dominguez, good morning. Aaron Hernandez, good morning. Jeff T's in the house. Crypto Antagonist. Justin W, good morning. Willard Morris is in the house. Raymond Pritchard is here. Poe is in the house. John Donnie is here. We've got Kamal in the house. Good morning to everybody. Daniel Delgado, good morning. Carlos, good morning. Rakoff not doing very bad. Having a nice little upward momentum. It's got upward momentum. That's the important thing, right? Zico's in the house. Joe Garcia, Saitama blowing up again And yes, it is. We got Juice in the house. We've got Ramon Betancourt. We've got Jay Garcia. We've got Ray G. We've got Andre. What is up? Good morning. Remington Perot. Good morning. Boom. Good morning. All right. So we got everybody. Now, while we're on the subject, let's check it out, guys. I told you, I gave you the information. I did 2 videos. I went live. I explained it all to you. I told you what was getting ready to happen with Saitama, and guess what happened with Saitama? It did exactly what we predicted it was going to do. Went up to 20 cents last night. Remember, it was 0.09 over here just a few short days ago. We're in this. We're having that big move right there. Again, by the way, just for clarification, I was in for 1,000. If you guys remember, it hit 9,000 last night. I took 2,000 out. I did exactly what I told you to do. I took my 1,000 out. Then I took $1,000 to pay myself, if you will, and boom, here we are. Now, whatever it does, I'm running on house money. I took $1,000 out. I made $1,000, and now I got another bag, which I think right at this point is 5,600 because I have 40,000 tokens left. So it's worth 5,600 right now. So I've got $5,600 into this project and just waiting to see what happens. Now, again, let's go over to the market cap. Market cap is 10 million. What do I think is going to happen? 100 million market cap. I think that Saitama is going to absolutely explode at some point very, very soon. Now, before I say that, let's also go back here and remember we had an impulse move last night. How does the impulse move play out? Generally speaking, we got this right here. We've had a correction down to the 618. We've had a retest at the high up here. Then we came back down for another corrective move down below the 0.5 on fib, and then it immediately came back up to the 0.382. Now the question is, can it successfully navigate and can it continue this pump? Right? I don't know that it continues to pump. In fact, if I look at it, and I hope I'm looking at it the right way, right? We had this sort of aggressive move coming up, and then we had the explosion, right? Well, that should allow for a move down here at 5 or 5.5 cents, 6 cents. Like it looks like we've got a new floor. So no matter what, you're going to be in profit to begin with, I think, because there's a bunch of new holders too. It's not updating for whatever reason over here on Dex Tools, but there's like 1,300 holders now. That's 300 more people than there were before, and that usually means that your floor is going to go up. So this floor is probably coming along in this range. Boom says, is this the same Saitama Cytochain? No, this is completely different. This was actually somebody just ran a shitcoin, and then they basically left and they gave it to Faltron, and Faltron's running it now with a little team of people, and they want to recreate everything that happened with Saitama back in the old days. So new Saitama, old holders for Saitama, new investors into this project keep finding it and popping in, and then boom, 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 it starts running. So where do I think it's going to go? I think right now, here's what I'd say. 25 million market cap should be the next big move. Right now it's trading at around 10 million market cap. So 2.5x from where it is right now is what I would expect to be the next move. 2.5x from where it is right now would be about 34 cents, something like that. So I would be looking for a move into right about there. So I don't think it's done yet. I think it's going to continue on. That'll be a 25 million market cap. And then I would expect an enormous amount of cooling off. However, that could be the start of another impulse move as well if it continues to go there. As I zoom out here, you can see like it's kind of changing the dynamic a little bit. But again, if we get a little bit of aggressive move into this range right here, then I would suspect that there's going to be a strong rejection back down into the 14, 15 cent. Basically where we are right now, I would think is going to be the next dump, if you will. So, but that's just me kind of guessing, you know what I mean? So we'll see what happens there. Boom says, hey, brother, my ETH transaction been pending for 13 hours. Crypto.com just suggesting to wait. Yeah, so what's happening right now is Crypto.com, I thought you did this with BNB yesterday, and it took forever. It's going to be the same thing. I mean, they have to validate it in their system, and they don't trust you. That's what it is. You've been with them for a year, I think. By the way, for those of you that don't know, we already talked about this. You've been there for a year. So every once in a while you see, just wild shit happening. So they hold on to it for a few hours and stuff like that. If you continue to do trades, if you continue to move your money around in, through, and out, crypto.com, you move big amounts, by the way, Boom. So the fact that you're moving big amounts in and out, that makes it a little bit more difficult. So what I would say is just have a little patience, hold on to it for just a second here. And you're on X, god damn it. I got suspended on X again, by the way. So motherfucker, you know what I mean? But anyway, I would just give it a little bit more time, and you should be good to go. I would think, just like the last one, just like the BNB. I'm sure that they'll release it in short order. Anyway, so Saitama, we'll see what it does. But let's move on here. Let's get into some news, because we do have a lot, actually. VanEck CEO predicts that Bitcoin is going to reach half the market cap of gold. Right now, gold has a market cap of 15 trillion. Okay. What would it look like if Bitcoin went to 15 trillion? Well, it's actually a very easy one, because we have a 1.38 trillion right now. And what they're saying is, what their idea is, that it's going to go to 7 trillion-ish. So at 7.5 trillion, that's 5x from where it is right now, 6x from where it is right now. That's $400,000 per Bitcoin. So get ready for something we haven't seen before. You can buy, by the way, if you're trying to buy Saitama, then here's the address for Saitama. And look, you're not going to want to miss this one, because again, I do think that it's 10x from here. We're going to 100 million market cap, which is why I left a big bag in. But again, I paid myself. So, pay some goddamn bills, if you will. So there you go. Rich Jones, thank you so much for becoming a new member. And we got Zarcourt02 asking about Boshi, and we got a new Boshi on the Arbitrum chain. And I did hear about this, by the way. This is on Base. All right, so it was launched about 2 months ago. It's got a lot of pairs. Shit, it's got a lot of pairs. It's paired with Dog and Me. It's paired with Bonk. It's paired with Brit. It's paired with Bonk E, Pizza, Boomer. So they got a lot of partnerships, it looks like, going on right now. Liquidity on it, on its best yield right now, looks like it's 0.004558. Now, the question would be, what happens next? It's 4.49 million market cap, 242,000 in liquidity. If you are in this and you've already, look, if you've done anything good off of this, I would take my money. To remember here, it is my opinion. I'm not dismissing Boshi in any way, but Brett is the one that drove this thing and got it going crazy. And remember, my friend Rodney has Daddy token over there. These things are going to start to get a little steam and a little bit of heat. So if we look at what Boshi's done here. So we had this little top over here, and it broke through. It's not even come back for a retest on this. So it is my opinion that there's going to be some downward momentum on it coming very soon. Now, that doesn't mean long term that I think there's anything wrong or bad here. But when you have this many tops over here and you have this much breaking through, then inevitably you come back for a retest. So it would be my estimation that we're due for a retest. And if you take the fib retracement from this impulse move, then it should check out to right about where the tops are, right here. That 786 is at 0.0027. And it would probably make sense for it to come down here for a retest. And then go back for another retest at about 4.7 cents. That seems to be the next big move. So if you are already in profit, I would implore you get your money out just in case. However, look, here's what you can do. Let's just say you put in $1,000 and it's now $2,000, and you take your original $1,000 out. You don't have to. If you're still convicted, if you still have conviction in this project, hold your money for a little while. Hold on to it for just a little bit, and then wait for the dip to come back down into this range, and then buy more. Now, if you miss out on it and the dip never happens, you still have risk in the game. You still have some reward in the game. But I mean, you can accumulate more. Use that profitability motive. Especially if you got in, way down here, like 307 or something like that. I mean, this is a tremendous move by Boshi, by the way. This is a tremendous move. So if you got in early enough and you're up well enough, take a little bit out. Get ready for another buy, because again, I am going to predict that it's going to come down into this range right here, and then it'll start a reversal from there. Now, does that mean that it will? No. I mean, it could just continue on. Doesn't make sense for it to, because you're trying to attract new investors, you're trying to put in new people, and you see right here, this says there are 138,000 holders. That's not true. That can't be true. There can't be 138,000 holders with a market cap of. Okay, so somebody's manipulating. By the way, I would be nervous when I see something like this because this would mean that Boshi is manipulating. And the reason that it's manipulating, by the way, is that makes sense now, because when you look at Boshi right here on the base chain, then here's what's happening. Boshi is adding all of these different pairings, right? And they're sending out, because it's almost free. It's almost free to just toss out tokens, right? So what they did is they went to Bonk, and they went to all the holders of Bonk, and they probably put like 10 Boshi into somebody's wallet. Same thing for MFer, and same thing for Brit, same thing for Bonk ETH, same thing for Boomer, same thing for Pizza. What they're doing is they're saturating a whole bunch of different people. Now, if I come over here from this, let's clear that off. Let's close that out, and let's go to Bonk, which is down 17%, by the way. You see here is 732,000 holders on Bonk. What they're doing is they're diluting everything to make it look like there's a massive amount of holders. There's not. Remember, there's 138,000 holders of Boshi with a $4 million market cap, but there's 732,000 Bonk holders with a $2.2 billion market cap. The math, not even close. So I would be watching this. Again, take your money out so that you don't have a lot of risk here, and then let it ride if you're passionate about it. But that is, they're manipulating this chart a lot. Now, the other good thing is there is $415,000 worth of volume being traded on it. So there is perhaps an opportunity here. But again, I would think it's going to come down into this range. So that's it. I appreciate that. And let's move on here. So back to VanEck. VanEck says that about $400,000 Bitcoin is what we're looking at. So throughout 2024, Bitcoin has had one of the most discussed assets in the financial sector. The SEC approved the issuance of a spot Bitcoin ETF. One of the key participants of that was VanEck, and Jan VanEck, whatever it is, says that he believes that 7 trillion would be the next big move right there. Yeah, Jan VanEck said eventually become at least half the market cap of gold. So I think that takes on another 5 to 10 years. Our TradFi clients are still very confused by Bitcoin, and they don't want to talk about it, but their clients make them talk about it. So we have a long way to go, but we're starting to get there. Bitcoin is currently boasting a market cap of 1.3 trillion. So he's looking at about a 5x from where it is right now over the next 5 to 10 years. So that's a good potential move here. So I would be looking for something good to happen on that. And by the way, remember I told you this why Bitcoin is about to explode. This is the reason. Jan VanEck is telling you that he thinks that we're about to have this big move. And by the way, Bitcoin just hit 70,000. So the other thing is StarkWare. StarkWare plans to bring ZK scaling to Bitcoin alongside Ethereum. So There's multiple things here. One of the problems that we have is Bitcoin does not it does not have I think there's a new paradigm going to happen on Bitcoin coming very soon. Okay. So we'll see. However, there's 100 million Satoshis in every single Bitcoin. So it is my estimation that we're going to be paying for stuff in these next few years in Satoshis and not in Bitcoin. That Bitcoin is just the overall granddaddy, but that the 100 million Satoshis in every Bitcoin, that's going to be the unit of currency that we're probably going to be using going forward. And by the way, in the event that this were successful, and in the event that I'm right, it makes every other crypto useless. I do want you guys to understand this. It doesn't mean that all of them will go away, because mergers and acquisitions say that they're going to get bought up and they're going to get turned into something else or consolidated and merged into other things. But when you have StarkWare and you have Arc Labs, which we're going to get into in a second, they're building faster transaction networks for Bitcoin. These kinds of things make a gigantic difference. And the question is, for those of you that don't know, what is a ZK rollup? ZK rollup basically means it's zero knowledge. And what happens is, what it does is it takes your transaction. It takes your transaction here, then it takes another transaction here from your friend, then it takes another transaction from another friend, then it takes another transaction over here from another friend, then it takes another transaction over here from another friend, and then what it does is it does one transaction. So the one transaction that costs $1 gets split up amongst a whole bunch of different people so that everybody's just paying a very small amount. That's what they're doing. So that's what a ZK rollup represents. What it is it's doing transactions off chain, and then once it completes the transactions off chain, it goes back on chain and then completes the transaction on the network. So that helps to save costs. And in fact, we'll speed up the transactions because these guys are liquidity providers in the ZK rollups. So you're getting your transaction settled immediately, and then they settle the transaction a little bit later. So StarkWare is going to bring ZK scaling to Bitcoin. Blockchain developer StarkWare has announced plans to build a Bitcoin scaling solution in a significant expansion pivot. StarkWare, which was valued at $8 billion in its last investment round, is the core contributor to ETH Layer 2 StarkNet, with the new Bitcoin OPCat protocol currently being debated in the community. The firm says it's the right time to bring in a zero-knowledge scaling technology to Bitcoin. StarkNet will become the first network to settle simultaneously on Bitcoin and Ethereum and scale Bitcoin to many thousands of transactions per second. This will happen within 6 months after the potential Bitcoin upgrade. OPCAT co-founder, StarkWare CEO and co-founder Eli Ben Sasson said in a statement shared with the blog, "No extra chain is being created. The plan uses the same StarkNet network with the same governance and tokenomics, supporting Bitcoin scaling without requiring a fork," the team clarified. Every dApp could choose where it wants to settle, either or both, Ben Sasson told the blog. StarkWare is often mistaken for being an Ethereum maxi, though actually we are scaling maxis. We're massive use maxis. We're Stark maxis, which means we believe our technology is best suited to scale all blockchains safely and efficiently. So StarkWare coming out with a scaling solution to improve Bitcoin, this is going to make this makes some of these other blockchains useless. It really does. Now, the next thing is Arc Labs is now launching a new Bitcoin Layer 2 payment network. So again, this continues. Satoshis, 100 million Satoshis per Bitcoin. That's going to be the new unit of currency, in my opinion, as we get a little deeper into the woods, and that the Satoshi becomes a unit of measure or a unit of currency, and it's coming. Then that's where we're going to start to see it. And by the way, when you have a little piece of a Bitcoin, you do have some. You know what I mean? So Arc Labs has been established to develop a new Bitcoin Layer 2 payment network based on the Arc protocol, ARK aims to deliver a more simplified, self-custodial Bitcoin Layer 2 solution without the need to manage nodes, payment channels, and liquidity. ARK Lab argues that while the Lightning Network, a second layer solution, has helped deliver fast, low-cost payments, the need to manage channels and liquidity has driven many users towards custodial Lightning wallets, trading control over the funds of convenience. The ARK protocol, originally proposed in 2023, represents a Bitcoin Layer 2 scaling solution that works alongside the Lightning Network, aiming to deliver a more simplified user experience while retaining self-custody. Unlike the Lightning Network, users don't need to manage payment channels or in and outbound liquidity to make payments. Users also don't need to set up their own nodes, only requiring a light wallet on a smartphone to start sending and receiving self-custodial ARK payments. ARK is made up of a network of ARK service providers, ASPs, that users can connect to via ARK-compatible wallets. As ASP, it's a trustless server that issues virtual transactions to a user upon deposit. By ensuring users can redeem on-chain, they can be confident that they are in full control of their funds, even if their ASP goes offline. So interesting times, interesting opportunity here. So we'll see how this all sort of plays out over the next little while. But again, we're looking at a more robust ecosystem for Bitcoin. This doesn't end poorly. This ends with an explosive move by Bitcoin. Taylor Buck says, explosive moves. Been waiting since LUNC collapsed. Love to see my baby mama's face when I show up in my Bentley. Well, you know what? LUNC Classic is going to have a big move. Is it going to have a big move right now? No. Actually, my video today is going to talk specifically about what I think the next move is. I don't think the next big move is going to be massive like that. I think the next big move is going to be up to 301350, probably coming pretty soon. So I would suggest if you're looking for an opportunity, this would be a great opportunity for an upward move and then a flip. Because remember, even if it goes way up, it always comes way back down. We're not adding a bunch of new holders. Until you see a lot of new holders holding on to a crypto, the price will always come down, because what you're getting is whale enthusiasm. And that whale enthusiasm causes price go up, but then they eventually sell, price come back down. And then the only thing left are the long-term hodlers. And if you have more of those that get in on something, then your floor is going to be a little bit higher. But in the meantime, you made a big profit. So then you come back down here and then you just buy more. It's pretty simple, actually. So watch out for ARK Labs to be making a big move. Now, also, Bitcoin sees profit taking around 70,000 amid stubborn bullish sentiment. On-chain data shows over 50% of Bitcoin supply remains inactive, a sign of strong long-term conviction. Bitcoin dipped to 69.2 overnight, and despite negative news, sentiment remains bullish due to long-term holder conviction, anticipation of further spot ETF approvals. So people are still looking for another big move coming up, right? Bitcoin price moved alongside broader U.S. stock markets, reflecting risky bets in the market. Some meme stocks and tokens jumped more than 100% on the apparent return of influential equity trader Keith Gill. Crypto exchange VanEck said in a report on Monday that Bitcoin's slump since March was likely driven by long-term holder selling. However, blockchain data shows the trend has stalled and investors have started to accumulate again. Remember, a week ago, I told you that it had started to do that. So if it continues to do that and we continue to accumulate, that means another big explosive move is on the horizon. On-chain analysis firm CryptoQuant shared with CoinDesk in a Tuesday report that 50% of the long-term Bitcoin supply was now inactive, showing no movement or sign of change in holding across tracked wallets. This is considered a sign of strong long-term conviction, which may indicate further price gain. As such, the sentiment around Bitcoin continued growth remains stubbornly bullish. Also, Thailand has announced that it is opening up a spot Bitcoin ETF. Again, this all revolves around Bitcoin. In DeFi here, we want it to be Ethereum. We want it to be all of these other different projects. But right now, it's all about Bitcoin. This is Bitcoin's market. And it will be Bitcoin's market, despite that we're going to have... Look, there's plenty of different meme coins. There's plenty of different altcoins that are going to spike because they're connected or correlated to Bitcoin. But the most important thing is that Bitcoin still runs this market. We haven't gotten a blow off top yet. We haven't gotten to a point right now where there's a cause for altcoin excitement. In fact, if you check out the alt season index right here, not even close. Like, we're not even close. We continue to head more into Bitcoin season than we do into altcoin season. And that was back in January. January 22nd is when we actually kind of entered that altcoin season. Didn't stay. It just disappeared almost right after that. We had the nice little run up and then it was over. So we didn't get the blow off top yet. So we're still not there, but it's coming. The market remains stubbornly bullish, despite negative headlines about Mt. Gox and DMM. Bitcoin rallied confidently above 69,000 in Asia. Another reason for persistent bullishness is speculators increasing long position in other crypto majors in anticipation of additional spot ETF approvals in the near future. Ethereum, we're going to get some updates on Ethereum. Guys, get ready for when Ethereum gets their launch. This thing is going to explode. Like, we're going to see a huge move. So be ready for that. Also, in other news, Polygon, oops, son of a bitch. Polygon has acquired a ZK rollup itself, Toposware. So you can expect that Polygon is probably going to get deeper into the game. The purchase means that Polygon Labs has invested over $1 billion in ZK rollup research and acquisition. Polygon Labs, the main development firm behind the Polygon blockchain, announced Tuesday it has acquired Toposware, a blockchain research firm that helped develop Polygon's Type 1 prover, a core component of ZK product suite. Again, mergers and acquisitions. We're starting to see fewer cryptos out here. And we're seeing more meme coins. Meme coins. That's just a way for somebody to steal your money. It's a gambling risk investment. So we're gonna see more of that. However, Polygon has gone all in on ZK cryptography over the last few years, betting that the tech will be key to scaling Ethereum's blockchain ecosystem over the long term. Polygon Labs has a history of acquiring outside ZK shops to help staff its internal zero-knowledge initiatives, and the purchase of Toposware brings a third major zero-knowledge team into the Polygon orbit. CoinDesk reported in 2021 that Polygon paid $400 million to acquire Mir and $250 million for Hermes. So Polygon continuing to develop in the background and still staying with a couple million market cap. Everyone says it's coming soon. Yeah, that's because it's coming soon. Soon is, look, if you are upset because you didn't buy at the bottom and you bought at the top, I can't help you. I can just say be more responsible in how and when you invest. That's all I got for you. Otherwise, just wait patiently, because at some point, nothing I say, nothing anybody else says is going to change the price, unless it's Gary Gensler or Jerome Powell. Those are the guys that are going to move the market. Elon Musk will talk about your crypto and it'll pump it up 100, 200, 300%, but it's going to come back down again, because that's the way that it works. So, just have a little patience, start buying dips and start DCAing, and stop buying tops and then getting upset when the price comes down, because it always comes down. Just a matter of how long it takes. So anyway, Polygon still big into the ZK rollups. Now, legal expert discusses how U.S. political climate could redefine crypto regulations. This is a little bit in depth, but how significant do you believe the role of cryptocurrencies will be in the 2024 election? And this is from Bing Wang. He is a legal expert for Crypto.com. He says, crypto has always been important in U.S. politics. The impact of the forthcoming 2024 election will be outsized. With crypto-friendly legislation moving through Congress in the last 3 weeks, Democrats and Republicans are leaning into embracing crypto even further. The elections will have crypto on its agenda, and having a positive sentiment toward it will be a key talking point. The Biden administration has shown a shift in its stance on cryptocurrencies, evidenced by the approval of the spot Ethereum ETF and engagement with the crypto industry. What impact could these changes have on the cryptocurrency sector? The Biden administration's sudden position shift is a huge moment in crypto. Some have alleged it's an attempt to bamboozle the electorate, but that doesn't matter, as it seems to address the concerns the industry has long had. Now, the people who are telling you that it's just them trying to bamboozle the electorate, and by the way, the fact that on Friday night, Biden vetoed SAB 121 repeal, the fact that he did that shows you that anti-crypto is still in control in his administration for the moment, and they use it as we're doing this for your safety. We don't think you're responsible enough. We don't think your banks are responsible enough. Then why'd you license them, asshole? right? Why do they have a banking license if you don't think that they're trustworthy? If they're not trustworthy, why are you letting them handle our money? You know what I mean? So think it through. Considering the bipartisan support for the cryptocurrency related legislation, such as the DABA, the FIT 21, what specific regulatory change can the crypto community anticipate in the coming years? Pro-crypto senators are starting to band together, and an attempt to revive previously moribund crypto bill is underway. The Biden campaign has begun to discuss a digital asset policy with Democratic allies, while StableNow's bill to overhaul how the SEC and CFTC share oversight over crypto is back on the table. Stablecoin legislation is also being negotiated in the House. It's expected in the coming years we'll see a flurry of legislation that will attempt to give a clear path about crypto regulation. We're at the forefront right now. We're at the precipice of, at this point, of something that could be an explosive sort of move. So we'll see what happens here, but we're getting very, very, very close. We're getting very, very, very close to a positive sort of flip on all of the U.S. market for cryptocurrency. And I think that what we're really kind of witnessing is we're in that space right now. We're in that headspace where the money is too great to ignore. The job creation is too much to not acknowledge. We're at the end game now, brother. Oh yeah, macho madness. So anyway, interesting times coming for cryptocurrency. Biden administration. Look, I think the Biden administration still needs to go. I don't see any path forward for the Biden administration in this regard. And by the way, BNB, god damn it, BNB is exploding right now. All-time high for BNB. We're going to check that in just a moment here. But before we do, don't forget, if you were interested, go check out DevvE. DevvE, down a little bit on the day. Couple of big announcements that have been had over the last little while. And to remember here, when you look at your chart on DevvE, something to consider right here. You see all these wicks down here at the bottom? There is an aggressive amount of buyback that keeps happening. But the reason that you haven't seen very much, other than me and a couple other people talking about DevvE, is because they're literally waiting out pre-salers. There were some pre-salers over here back in February that that bought and of course sold and did a lot of trading up here. Now, every time you see a pump right here, every time you see them do something for a pump, when you get an announcement, what happens? It's followed immediately by a dump. The same thing happens over here, immediately followed by a dump. Same thing happened over here, immediately followed by a dump. So what is going on? Well, the early investors, the people that got in early, they're selling out, wrecking the price every single time. So what they've decided to do is they're just going to focus on building. And at some point, there's going to be a moment in time where this area right here, 75 cents. And let me show you why it's important. So that's where a lot of the settling on this project has been, around 70 cents to $1. There's going to be a moment in time where those sellers are finally done. Now, when I say that, let's pop this up. Saitama still trading at 13 cents. Jesus Christ. Having just a banger ass day. There's 8,500 holders of DevvE right now. Again, 5.36 million market cap. Guys, if you don't think this thing is going to explode, you are not thinking clearly. It is going to have an enormous run. 8.5 thousand holders. Some of these guys are whales that are just looking to sell the moment a pump happens. Okay. So what I would suggest is, this is your opportunity to get in, by the way. This is and by the way, I can't predict the future. I don't know how long it's going to take. I know the momentum that I hear in the private chats for DevvE tell me that this thing is set for an explosive sort of move, but I don't know what that looks like yet. You know, I don't think it's unreasonable to say that green blockchain, DevX actually is the blockchain, but I don't think that DevX being able to complete over 8 million transactions per second, using 1/1000th of the power that Bitcoin uses for energy consumption. This is one of the first true green blockchains focused on gaming, by the way. LitCraft. LitCraft is one of the most popular games in cryptocurrency. And guess what? It is built on the DevX blockchain. You know, just like Axie Infinity, and all of those, they're built on what? Ronin? They're built on Ronin, right? So what happens to some of these games that are built on DevX, and what happens to the DevX? You know, if you come over here and here's Ronin. Okay, Ronin is one of the gaming blockchains. Axie Infinity is built on Ronin. Ronin's market cap $1 billion right now. What do you think is going to happen to DevX? You know, same thing is going to happen to DevX. This is a it's $5 million market cap right now. It's going to be $1 billion project. Will it be 10 billion? I mean, you know, I don't know. If we look at this and we look at the market cap over all time, then, you know, I mean, you can see up here that, you know, market cap at one point might have been, let's do market cap over here. Market cap at one point was 1.33 billion was the maximum market cap on Ronin. So it launched over here in February of 2023. Then it started to get a little momentum. You can see here, just kind of sideways, 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 and then boom, the explosive move happened, and boom, 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 boom. It just continued to go, 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 go. Well, same thing's going to happen over here with DevvE. It's the same kind of concept here, except that there was a pre-sale, and now you have this little bump here in the road. That next bump, look, this thing is going to explode as new projects are entered into this ecosystem, and as there's new value being created. And remember, it's a permission blockchain, so you can control it. If you want to use something, you control what happens on your network. This is not an open source permissionless blockchain. This is something that a company can control for themselves to make sure that they're able to handle the bandwidth and the traffic, and you're not subjected to congestion from other projects running too much. So DevvE on the verge of a breakout. Now, when I say on the verge, by the way, I'm not saying that tomorrow or the day after or the day after that. There's going to be a moment here where the DevX blockchain and DevvE just absolutely go bonkers and erupt. That's what I'm saying. So if you are interested, it's DevvE.io. You can come over here and check it out. Here's the staking and the launch pad. If you are interested and you get some tokens, and you can go stake them. And if not, you can go down here and you can buy one of their first big pre-sales, which is the FIAS token. The FIAS token is the money inside LitCraft. So, and by the way, you can go look up LitCraft if you're interested. And by the way, another $20,000 was put in on the pre-sale today. So people are starting to find FIAS, and FIAS launches, I think, with a $300,000 market cap. And I think the FIAS token, remember, Axie Infinity is billions of dollars in market cap. What do you think that FIAS is going to end up doing? You know what I mean? Like, it's going to end up being something, I think, very, very cool. You know what I mean? Thomas Weekly says, just saying thanks for the heads up on Saitama. Paid myself at 4 a.m. and still holding 8,000 tokens. There you go. That's exactly right. I was holding 51,800 tokens, and now I'm holding 40,000. I cashed out like 11,000 for almost 2,000. It was like $1,940. You know what I mean? Like, it's not fully 2,000. I shouldn't have said that. It was actually like 1,950, I think, when it was done. So anyway, but check out DevvE, and I appreciate you. Thank you so much for the tip. I appreciate that. Anytime, look, if you guys want to talk about your own project, if you want to talk about something, the way that you do that, is super chats. You know what I mean? Do it with super chats. So DevvE, prime for a breakout. It's just a matter of time at this point. And by the way, I think it's faster than anybody thinks. Now, also, along with it, LitCraft has been audited by Zokio and KYC'd. So it's getting ready to launch, and that financial system in there should be a motivator for DevvE prices. Now, Binance has burned up to 60 billion Luna Classic. Not now, it just posted 1.35, but there's a big amount of burn, and there's a new discussion, 3.031, 3.0.1. just went live. That's not a big motivator. That's not something that's going to cause, I think, a big spike in price action. I don't think that. I think the next big move in Luna Classic is going to come from some communication about a potential repeg of some sort, real information about a repeg. And looking at the chart, boom, 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 boom. This is basically, this is exactly what I think is getting ready to happen, right? It's going to come this way as it continues through this path. And by the way, it got bought up as soon as it hit the bottom of this range here. And it's going to continue through here. It'll have a breakout. It'll come up in here to 13.5. Then I think it's going to come back down, bang, bing bong around, if you will. And then boom, from 3 zeros, 14, it's going to have a big breakout. And it's going to end up here at 3 zeros, 22. I think that's the next big move. Then the question becomes, will it be able to break out of that move and then come up here, use it as support on a back test, and then can it take off from there? If it can, then we're looking at a breakout up to 3 zeros, 32. So I think that we're kind of in this realm where we're waiting for news. And here's the thing. The unfortunate piece to what's going on with Luna Classic right now, the unfortunate piece is that Binance does not support the repeg at this point. So we have to come up with a concept that allows people to move away from Binance in order to burn more tokens, and we need to have autonomy and independence. But we rely on Binance for burns and things like that right now. So, there's a lot to this and a lot to unpack. So it's complicated, but there are people right now who are working on something. While we're speaking of Binance and working on something, here's I guess I told you not that long ago that I would expect that there was going to be a breakout on Binance Coin, and look at this shit right here. Currently trading at 666.3. I think that's is now 691 is the all-time high. 691 is the all-time high, and Binance is about to hit, the BNB token is about to hit that all-time high. How high is it going to go? I said that based on this move right here, this impulse move, if this plays out the same way that it played out before, and we get this same impulse move again, then 850. So we could be looking at a big time breakout on BNB coming up right now. So let me know if you agree in the chat. But up 6.5% on the day. So I certainly would not fade it right now. As far as Ethereum goes, Ethereum up just slightly on the day, consolidating in range, looking for another impulse move. What I expect to see is consolidation into this range for a period of time, and then we'll probably get a breakout. That breakout will be accompanied by news of when the ETF is going to launch. When we get the announcement of the ETF launch, I expect 43 and 45 almost immediately. I think we're going to see this kind of move right here, or actually this right here, that big move right there. I think that's the one that we're going to end up seeing, and that's going to look like takes us right into 4,500. So that's what I believe is going to happen, and it won't take that long. As soon as we get clarity on the S1 filings, then the next part is going to start. So let's take a moment here and look at the Bitcoin ETFs, the flows, USD. Look at this, every day positive. This is Bitcoin right now. These are the ETF inflows. When we had this big aggressive week, about a week ago. Well, we haven't addressed this the last 5 days. The last 5 days in a row. Remember, the 27th was a holiday, so we only had 4 days last week. 45 million in, 28 million in, 48 million in, 48 million in, and then 105 million in yesterday. Continues to be positive. Bitcoin is continuing to be sold and pulled off of exchanges. The FOMO is real, guys. When I tell you that Bitcoin is set for an explosive move, you don't get this kind of inflow of capital every single day for something where the price is not about to appreciate dramatically. So let's pop back over. By the way, we'll check out Saitama on Sol. God damn it, Saitama just exploded again. It's up to 1,400 again. Went down to 12 just a second ago, and now it's ripping back up again. So I got a feeling this thing's gonna be testing the all-time high again very, very soon. You know what I mean? Bleeves, Jason Bourne here. All is safe in Macau on a mission, of course, just checking in to let you know I'm protecting you in the shadows. Thank you so much. You know, one of the important things is, and I don't think you guys understand it. Every time Jason and I have dinner, he sits with his back to the wall and he observes all the doors. That allows me to eat in peace. That allows me to eat my salad, my steak, whatever it is that I eat. I can eat it in peace, and I can know that Jason has all the doors covered. He's paying attention to who goes in, who goes out. He's watching the bathroom doors. He makes sure that he knows the movements of all the people. It's important. When you're out having dinner, something like that, you need somebody to watch. You need a watcher to make sure that everything is going on. And God forbid somebody try to steal something out of this restaurant. It's incredible. So I appreciate you. Thank you, Jason Bourne, for doing that. And let Aaron Cross know that I said hi. I know you guys met. I know you pretend like you didn't. I know you say, "Oh, we never met. I never met Aaron Cross. I don't even know." But I know you guys. I remember. I was there, remember? So anyway, yeah. So anyway, Saitama, look, I think we're all-time high. We're getting ready for another all-time high again. It's about to just erupt. So and then all of this is brought to you by TradeMaster Ninja. That's the high IQ indicator. So we're going to turn on the high IQ indicator right now on Ethereum, and we're looking for a buy signal. So we're going to do that on the 1 hour chart. Makes it a little bit easier right now. Oh, by the way, green dot just minted on Ethereum. So we're probably on the 1 day, that is. So we're probably about to get a breakout. From the 1 hours, you can see that we're in an uptrend right now. And that's what this blue thing right here means. We're in an uptrend. We got a short entry a little while back, a few hours ago, but it did not play out. So on the 4 hour, look what we got here. We got a nice consolidation in the range here. We got an entry position that minted up at 38.05 and it ripped up here. We got a little bit of profit taking, and then we got this exit position saying, look, this is not going to work out. It's not going in the right direction because this indicator is still showing positive, but we're tightening in our range. So I would expect to see any moment now some kind of big move. You see right here, there's this green dot. This green dot means that it's indicating to itself that the buy is getting ready to start, that this is telling you, this is not your buy signal, by the way. This green dot right here, that's not your buy signal. That's just letting you know that it's noticing a trend and a positive trend. And you know what you've got here is you've got this, you know, you make an argument that's another pennant getting ready to break out. So go by the high IQ indicator. Like, I mean, don't kid yourself. Everybody needs a little high IQ in their life. Look at this. This thing gave you an entry position way back here on Bitcoin at 42,578, and it still got you. It told you to sell. It told you to sell at 64,000. Now it's looking for another entry position and another impulse move for Bitcoin. And what it's doing is it's looking at this kind of shit right here and it's looking for a continuation. Well, listen, here's what happened last time, right? We had a big impulse move, right? Then we had some sideways consolidation. We had a big rip. Then we had a big dip. And by the way, bearish divergence, right? Then we had some downward pressure. We got to the downside. Then we came back up and we consolidated in that range, the zone of control, if you will. And then boom, we got this indicator saying, oh shit, now's the time to buy. And what happened? It exploded. Now, take that and let's look up here. What we got was the move up here. We got this consolidation in range. And then we got a bearish divergence. We don't have a bearish divergence over here. In fact, we got a bearish divergence at this point right here. You can argue we're not call it that, but it kind of looks like it. So what's happening though is we got this big dip right here, which we're getting right here, and then boom, we've got this consolidation. Well, I'm sorry, this dip right here is this dip right here. And then we've got this consolidation in range, came back up, consolidated in range. Guess what? That means explosive move. What does it look like for an explosive move from here? Well, if we do this and pop this up and say, well, that's what it looks like, then we're talking about a move into the 90,000 range of Bitcoin. And that's what people have been telling you for a while, is that that's what's getting ready to happen. Is that the case? I don't know. I don't know. It certainly looks like it certainly looks like it's getting ready to happen. It certainly looks like the breakout is imminent. We got a bullish divergence over here. You know, it just kind of feels like something is about to happen. It really starting to feel like that. We've been in range for how many days is this since the halving? Now the question is how many days since the halving? And that is 46 days. 46 days since the halving. Remember, 87 on one, 143 on the other. So could we be getting close? I think that we are. But remember, what is it? Sell in May and walk away. Don't be a goon. Buy in June. Let's get high. Buy more in July. Flip into August. Your profits are robust. I don't know. I don't write music. I just steal it from other people. You know what I mean? Anyway, so here we are. Let's talk real quick. Myro's coming down. It's about to become a buy again. I'm not bullish on Myro at this point. I mean, let me rephrase that. I am long-term bullish on Myro. I am mega long-term bullish on Myro, but Myro is down here and finally correcting back to the downside off of this big impulse move. Now we're going to remove high IQ so you can see this a little bit more. There's the big impulse move came right here, and what it needs is a tiny bit of a little bit more correction, a little bit further down here to become a buy, to accumulate a little bit more. Like to get it back down into 20 cents. If it comes down to 20 cents, guys, this should be a buy. It should be a simple buy for anybody. So if you're interested in Myro, I would be looking for a little bit more bearishness. And then a big reversal. By the way, the place that I think that we're going to see a breakout, and the reason that Myro is going to go down and Dog with Hat's going to go down, and I think some of these are going to go down, is because I think that Solana's getting ready. Solana is ready for another big impulse move. Again, consolidating in this range, had the big impulse pump. Now it's consolidating. And now it's time for that next big move. So where's the next big move going to cut off at? It looks like 190 again. We're going to test 190 one more time. So we'll see what that looks like. But you know, it would appear that's going to happen. Somebody asked about Brett a little bit earlier. Brett's at the all-time high. Is Brett at the all-time high? Yeah, Brett's at the all-time high. I can't tell anybody. There's no reason to buy something at the all-time high. I mean, don't buy on a green candle. There's a lot of green candles on Brett. So, you know, stop kidding yourself that you're going to be able to get in on some Brett here. Look for something else at the moment. There's just no way. So anyway, that's kind of it here. Liquidity. Let's refresh the liquidity and just kind of get a quick look here, and then we got to get out of here. A lot of money down here in the 68,000 region, so I would expect Bitcoin to probably come down for another rip here. But you can see here, like it just absolutely ripped through all of these spots here to grab liquidity. 1 week chart. What's up, dude, Tyler? On the 1 week chart, same thing. Looks like a rip still up at 70,004, same place that I told you before. And then down here to 68.4, which we did not get into yesterday. We went to 68.5. So I think we were coming back down, could even come down in here for 66. So I don't think that we are. It looks pretty, you know, I think we look kind of bullish today. So I don't think that we're coming back down at this point. But you never know. I mean, the market wants what the market wants, and the market makers, they want to steal your money. They want to steal your liquidity. So they're going to be wrecking some people pretty soon. Market volatility is the nature and the order of the day. So that's it. That's good. That's the rest of the show. It's time to pay some bills. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll talk to you again very, very soon. Buy a goddamn t-shirt. And that's it. Go check out Cryptonomy.finance, nerd. Folks, the bull market is about to take off and you don't have enough crypto. You know how you can get more crypto? Cryptonomy.finance. Not only are they giving away up to $100,000 worth of Pepe just by you signing up for their website, but you can earn yield off of the crypto that you stake with them now. Guys, I staked 1.29 ETH. I already have 0.5 ETH in return. This expires November 21, 2024. Scheduled interest on it 0.99 total ETH. I'm going to earn an ETH just for my staking. And let's not forget the launch pool. We've had another big one. TRADEMASTER did a 12x. Arrow Markets did a 2x. These guys are putting out continuous multipliers, and they're getting you in for the best results on these swaps. The next few weeks, An Android app is going to launch, then an iPhone app is going to launch. Cryptonomy.finance is making it easier for you to earn yield off of your crypto simply by staking. We're going into the bull run. It's about to get crazy. That's where the millions and millions are made. Don't